Hi, I'm Sam Smet, and I did my interview with the daughter of a family friend. The girl I interviewed is 4.5, so we used the 54 month ASQ questions. And I really kind of liked how the ASQ kind of broke down the scoring for each of the five categories, communication, fine motors, gross motors, problem solving, and personal social development. And then as long as kind of asking questions at the end for the parents, I thought that was kind of helpful and was able to kind of gauge kind of how the parents felt about their child's development. Some of the questions I actually found kind of surprising, like, asking a 4.5-year-old to walk 15 feet on their tippy toes or balance on one leg for 5 seconds. I didn't know if a client at 4.5 would be able to do it, but my client was able to do it and then able to score kind of above the cutoff for all five of the categories. So that was kind of a learning experience for me. I wasn't really sure of kind of when it came down to it, the level of development for kids that age. I really liked kind of incorporating the ASQ along with the paper as far as the assessment goes, and then kind of seeing how the ASQ kind of goes with where child should be developing for early childhood as far as all three dimensions go. I think the ASQ would work really well, especially in social work, meeting with clients for the first time, kind of be able to gauge where the child is developmentally, where they are to where they should be, and kind of gauging how the parents feel about their child's development. I think it should be used more if it's not used already. I haven't really had any experience with it working in the field. I currently work with some kids who are, ages birthed all the way up to 18, so I haven't seen any of this. But I thought it'd be really helpful to incorporate it more, especially with initial meetings with clients. Overall, I really thought it was helpful. Um, and it was just a great learning experience. Really, kind of the ASQ really helped with learning more and more about the paper, as far as like development goes and how developing thoughts like into action. I guess as far as like it made it more realistic. I guess it helped make it more realistic as far as like being like this is where a child should be developmentally. Here are the side effects. Here's for kids who aren't developing that fast, reasonings why and possible scenarios, and then actually asking these questions and doing an assessment on a real child was I thought was really helpful and kind of put a more realistic spin on it that you don't always get from reading textbooks. So that's really what I liked about it. I thought it was really helpful. Overall, I thought this class was helpful a lot since I'm working with children and families and kind of the population I want to continue working with. This class had a lot of useful information that hopefully I'll be able to apply and use in the field. Overall, I really liked it. I really enjoyed learning something and then just randomly being at work and then just kind of seeing bits and parts of things we had learned and theories and possible scenarios and then coming across them and being like, oh, I think I read about this or watched a PowerPoint about it from this class. So I thought overall most of the information we had was really helpful. But in regards to the paper, yeah, I thought the ASQ was really helpful. I like how it incorporated the parents. One thing I noticed was, at least for my kid, it was kind of hard to ask all these questions and keep them kind of focused and engaged. Also, I did mine at their house where they had like a lot of toys and there was ice cream, so I'm sure that added to some of the distractions. But yeah, it was really helpful. I really liked it. I learned a lot about what kids are capable of, like drawing in the lines. A lot of things that I don't remember from my childhood and that I haven't really experienced yet in the field as far as that stuff goes, because usually when I meet with people, I'm working with the families more and the kids kind of secondary. But yeah, overall, I really liked it. I thought it was a great learning experience.